Good evening. Welcome to Split Decisions Racing Short Track Division at Bristol Motor Speedway. The guys are out qualifying right now. They will be done in just a couple of minutes and we'll get started. In the meantime, get your popcorn, get your soda, get your candy ready because this is going to be one heck of a show tonight. All right, folks, we've got just 3.5 minutes before the green flag. They are still out qualifying, but while we're waiting, we'll go over the basics. This is Split Decisions Racing League, which gets its name because our primary division on Friday nights runs Cup, Xfinity, and Truck on track at the same time. Oval tracks, mostly. Although we will be at the Charlotte Roval this weekend. So, that'll be fun to watch. But tonight, we have the SK Mods and Super Late models at Bristol Motor Speedway. This will be exciting. We changed it up a little bit, and both cars will have 100% fuel load. However, will they be able to do 100 laps on their tires? That'll be the question. The SK mod is more likely to, but the Super Late model will get a run away from them. They will be racing somewhat like IMSA. They'll be racing their division, not trying to race each other, although that is where the excitement comes in. When you get these SK mods that are faster in the corner and a Super Late model that's faster on straightaway and they're going all out, yeah, it gets a little crazy. We've got 15 drivers on track tonight, 6 in Super Late models, 9 in SK mods. That's the most SKs we've had so far. We are at Bristol Motor Speedway, 100 laps. They will have unlimited tires, but only one fast repair, and it is Bristol. Bristol Motor Speedway, high banked, last great Coliseum, and it's going to get exciting. Now, the test sessions we ran here with the Super Late models and the SKs together got a bit crazy. They were racing side by side. The Super Late model would pull away on the straightaway and dive down into the corner, let up, and here come the SK mods to the outside. So while they are just racing their own division, they are going to be racing side by side tonight. It will get exciting. There will be some bumping. As of right now, qualifying's about done. We'll go over the qualifying order. In the Super Late models, you got Brent Allen and Kevin Bernheimer on the front row, Austin Householder and Dave Gilbert in the second row, and Tyler the Turtle Rush and Stephen Fish on the third row. Then from 7th on back is the SK Mods, led down by Lucas Gortman and Colin Johnston. The next row is Andrew Turner and Nate Johnson, followed by John Nichols and James Colmansberger, Thomas Myers, Brendan Whitford, David Ankenbauer, and Vincent Tebe. I actually got the pronunciation right this time. These guys are getting ready. We've got just 50 seconds to go, and they will get ready, and they'll get out on track, and they'll start going green, and we'll get to look at some of these cars. Note that the number 7 Star Wars car is driven by our fearless leader, Dave Gilbert. He is the one that concocted the idea for Split Decisions Racing, and he's the one that got us all here together. So we have him to thank for both the fun and the insanity that is about to occur. As we get down to 20 seconds to go, just going over some of the notes again. Full fuel load for this race. They've been running only 7 gallons in the previous races, so they can go the distance. The SK mods can actually go twice the distance of this 100 lapper. The super late models can go the distance as well. I believe they said they can make about 115, 120 laps. There will be cautions, and as we're lining up to go green, as we see Brent Allen already lined up with most of the super late models. We'll get us a good front row view for this start of the race when they drop the green flag. Looks like Kevin is driving a new Dr. Pepper car this evening. And you'll notice Dave Gilbert in the Star Wars cars, different colors to his livery this week. Got the Black Rifle Coffee Company car. And then we've got all these SKs that are a little bit hard to tell their sponsors to. Looks like everybody's finally lined up in the field. AJ and Bill are watching in the stream. Good to have you guys. Bill will be with us next Monday and Friday for split decisions as well for the big league. We are 1 lap to green. And looks like the lap times for the super late models, the pole was set at 14.635. The SK mod pole was set at 15.599 seconds. There was only 0.2 of a second between the first and 10th place SK mods. There was 0.4 between the super late models, but the first 4 cars were within 0.1 of a second of each other. So we watch these guys come down into turn 1. Getting their 1 lap to go green. We'll see the pace car duck off coming out of 4. Rules state they have to go on green on the first start. After that, it is leader's discretion. That will come into play a little tonight, folks, especially when those SKs get up there running with those super late models as their tires start to wear. SK mods tires don't wear nearly as fast as those super late models do. Looks like we're going to have 1 more pace lap. See a couple of the guys up there in the super late models warming up their tires, getting ready to go. And they come out of turn 2. Just going back over the leaderboard right quick, we had a last minute entry of John Nichols. He qualified in 5th place. He's a member of the league but got in at the last minute during qualifying and got a 5th place run, only 0.06 of a second off the leader for the SK mods. That's how close it was, but not nearly as close as Brent Allen and Kevin Burmeyer were. We'll talk about that later. But here we go. Comes the green flag, and they're off. The green flag drops, and looks like Brent just dives into one, gets the lead right away, but Kevin's not going to let it go easily. They've already broken out a lead on the number 7 of Dave Gilbert. And Kevin's already looking to move to the inside. Kevin's down on the inside, going through the turn, comes up. He's got it. Will he hold it through 3 and 4? Yes, he does. And here comes Dave Gilbert in third place. He's going to try and run up there and give Brent a run for his money. Their qualifying speeds were between Kevin and Brent were only 2 1,000ths of a second off from each other. That's how close this race is going to be, folks. Got to wonder if Brent's up there saving a little tire, taking it easy. Kevin's burning him up already. Or is Kevin taking it easy and just the class? Oh, as the one car gets loose, Brent Allen gets a little loose coming through the turn. As they start to line out, we'll work our way back through the field. And the caution is out. Let's see if we can find out where that caution... Looks like that is the... SK mod of, let's see if we can figure 131. Brendan Whitford. Looks like Brendan Whitford's having some trouble early, but does not look like he is really damaged. We'll go through these SK mods real quick while we're under caution. We've got Lucas Gortman still leading the SK mods. You'll see a lot of him up front, both here and in the Friday Night League. Got Andrew Turner has moved up a little bit. He qualified third. John Nichols qualified fifth, is already up to third place. Colin Johnson in the 49 has slipped back to fourth. The 64, Thomas Myers, is in fifth. David Ankenbauer is in sixth. Brendan Whitford in seventh. Nate Johnson in eighth. Looks like James Colemansberger and Vincent Tabay are both on pit road currently. Now, because of the interesting way that we do this, the first car in the division a lap down gets a lap back. If another division gets, if like the super late models lap the entire SK field does not get a lap back. We're just trying to keep them on the same lap. So, does not look like anybody will get a wave around this time, but after 8 laps, everybody's still in the first lap. Got a couple of them on pit road. As we watch that Dr. Pepper, that Dr. Pepper car pace the field. Looked like the number one of Brent Allen was struggling a little bit, and Dave Gilbert caught back up to him. Of course, the car was being a little bit loose on him, which is probably to his benefit down the line. He'd rather be loose than be tight heading up to the wall. And we saw in the practice session here that the cars that were running tight through the turns were getting passed by the cars sliding and dirt tracking it through the turns. Speaking of the turns here at Bristol, they are banked 26 to 30 degrees. Straightaways are banked 6 to 10 degrees. And there is a little bit of a dip when you come up out of turn 2, right about where that blue line is, and right where you come out of turn 4. The corner just sits just a hair lower than the straightaway does, so they actually come up, and it can unsettle the car as you're getting on the gas. As they're lining back up with 1 lap to green, we're going to come down and take the green flag on lap 11. And then we'll start working our way back. We'll watch these guys up front get sorted out. And then we'll go take a look at some SK mod racing and see how they're competing with those super late models at the back. Their qualifying times were less than a second in difference, or right at a second difference. So this will make for some interesting racing as the super late model tires wear and they start falling off. They'll slow down. The SKs will not. Here they come. Looks like Kevin took off, got a bad start. Kevin got a bad start and allowed Brent to get to the lead. Excuse me. Dave Gilbert in the 7 dropping underneath, going for second. As Austin Householder is making a move right behind Kevin, trying to get up there and take that third place. And he's got Tyler the Turtle Rush ducking underneath. Tyler thinks better of it, and Looks like Austin's trying to make a move on the outside as they come around to lap one of the SK mods. Looks like Vincent is being lapped. He might have had a little damage or got a really bad restart. We'll see if he can turn it around once he gets a lap back, as he seems to get a little loose there. And now he's fighting back. He's going to try and take some of these super late models on the corners. And we see Tyler the Turtle Rush going to the outside. He won't be able to make the pass in the corner at all, but he will power by on the straightaway. And then watch that SK mod just slide back to the front. They have all the grip because the right side tires are bigger. Oh, a little bump there. Looked like the 32 of Stephen Fish just bumped into Vincent just a hair. Backed out of it, and they managed to keep going green. As we go back here and see Lucas Gortman leading the SK mods. He's only got 0.3 of a second lead right now. Knowing Lucas, he's just taking it easy. He's going to come and make himself a gap as we're back under caution, folks. See if one of these super late models is banged up. That's where we're going through the SK field. Looks like the super late models might have been having some... They were racing a couple of the SKs, it looks like, but everybody's clean so far. Not seeing any... Well, we got one heading down pit road. These super late models generally do not need a tire change in this race. They do have unlimited tire sets. As we see John Nichols go down pit road, we'll see if he's just getting a fast repair. Yep, he's just getting a fast repair and maybe a splash of gas. As we see Vincent on pit road as well. Looks like he might actually have a little bit of damage. Looks like that front bumper might be a little bit bent up. As we come back around to the one of Brent Allen, who managed to get back to the front after a rough start on that last restart. As we come to lap 20 of 100. This racing at the front is going to be very tight. As we see Tyler Rush is on pit road. He must be already getting a set of tires 20 laps in. That will give him an advantage. He won't lose a lap if he's quick. We see the number 11 of James Coleman'sberger. He's getting his lap back. So he'll get back on the lead of that. But now we've got Tyler the Turtle Rush getting fresh tires. A little bit of a long pit stop for him. Looks like he's risking going a lap down. Looks like he might actually end up going a lap down before this is all said and done, but he'll get his lap back quickly, and he'll have those fresh tires to help him out. Looks like we're getting most of the SKs back out there as we see Dave Ankenbauer coming back around. Let's make sure that Tyler the Turtle is okay. You'll note in the bottom right of your stream there is a Turtle Shells logo there. Turtle Shells is a painting and wrap group, and they do logos as well. They're run by Tyler Rush and John Nichols, both here on track tonight. So if you need a car painted, you need a logo for your league, you need a logo for your race, definitely get with them. It looks like Vincent's still on pit road. He must have some more severe damage than we thought. As the lights are out, they're coming one lap to green as they come around the backstretch. Focus in here on Brent and Kevin. Hopefully Brent won't get a rough start this time. Looked like he might have accidentally taken off in third gear that last run. So they drop off. Brent's in control of this restart. He does get a good start this time. Jumps out to a quick lead in front of Kevin, but Kevin will try and run him back down as we come out of turn 2. Dave is losing third spot. Oh, the Black Rifle Coffee Company car gets a little bit loose. Stephen Fish gets a little bit loose coming out of the turn. Allows Dave to settle into the third place. As we see, Kevin's already chasing Brent down. We'll go back here and take a look at the Turtle. See if we can get focused in on the Turtle and see how he does as we watch Lucas Gordman lead the SK Mods. Lucas has already got 0.2 of a second lead, looks like. No, yeah, 0.2 of a lead, but they have almost a second lead on the other SKs already. Looks like we got, oh, big crash. Looked like it was Vincent bouncing around. He ended up upside down. Did Tyler get through clean? He was trying to make a move. Let's find us a Turtle. Let's see. The Turtle's car looks clean. He got through it all right. Looks like we might have had another SK mod get stuck, and Tyler's going to get his lap back, so he's back on the lead lap with only about 6 laps on his tires, folks. He's going to come back around as Vincent heads back down pit road. Looks like the number 1 car was on pit road as well, so we've got Brent Allen on pit road getting 4 fresh tires and some fuel, although he probably does not need the fuel. Although he might refill that fuel to help with his handling. And it looks like Tyler the Turtle Rush is back on the lead lap as we see, look like James Coleman'sberger was getting back to the lead lap as well. He was the first car, and we see the rest of the super late models coming down pit road. We've got Dave Gilbert coming down pit road. We've got Austin Householder and Stephen Fish all on pit road as they pull in. Will any of them try and take 2 tires and get a quicker stop to get out? I seriously doubt it. They've got unlimited tires. They've got about 30 laps, and you never know when it'll just suddenly start going green. Dave's got right sides on, getting left sides. Looks like that Black Rifle Coffee Company car of Austin's getting 4 tires as well, as Dave Gilbert pulls back out on the track. Austin right behind him. And Stephen Fish, the last super late model off pit road. Now, will they have, how much of an advantage will they have on Tyler? Tyler's only got a few laps on his tires, but he's going to be further towards the front, and he's going to be coming for Kevin Bernheimer, who's leading right now. And looks like Brent Allen as well in second place, or let's see here. Looks like he's being scored. We'll come back around and check, but I believe he's being scored as 3rd place in the super late models. And now we're gonna have, it's gonna get interesting, folks, because pay attention as we go back up to the front. Super late model, 2, 3, SK, 4 SK mods, another super late model. We'll start working our way back, and look, we're gonna have side-by-side restart with SKs beside super late models, 1 row of just straight up SKs. And then it's going to be all sorts of jumbled up back here. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what split decisions is all about. As the pace car comes down the back straightaway, we're getting ready to go green. The restart will be controlled by Kevin Bernheimer with John Nichols on the outside. No, not surprised to see him out there. Part of Team Turtle. And we see Kevin get the jump, but he's got more power down the straightaway as we see the SKs dropping low. They can hold that bottom line. And we see the 1 car powering by on the outside in the turn. That is impressive driving. Brent has really got it hooked up now. Had that problem earlier on a restart, but he is hammering as we see Dave Gilbert coming by with Austin Householder. passing them on the straightaway. Will they get passed back in the corner? Dave has to check up a little bit going into the turn for the 64 car. Comes down, goes to the outside on the front straightaway. They are going to be working side by side all the way around this track for a few laps, folks, as the power of the super late models comes into play. Dave sitting on the outside of John Nichols. John is still leading in the SK Mod division as the super late models are powering on by. Looks like we had a crash in the back. Somebody got loose and hit the inside of the pit wall. Looks like it might have been the number 17 car. And we've got another car on pit road. Looks like might be James Coleman'sberger, the number 50. No, I'm sorry, it's David Ankenbauer. It's like we got the Black Rifle Coffee Company car got a little banged up on the front end. I don't believe he's used his fast repair yet, so we'll see if he gets that done or if he has to wait out repairs. Now we've got several cars that super late models that are on fresh tires, while Tyler Rush, sitting in 5th place for the super late models, is on a little bit older tires. Will we see Tyler Rush come into pit road and get freshened up? Give him some sort of an advantage here. It's worth noting that the physics for the tires are pretty close to accurate, so they do heat cycle. These tires will cool off while they're under pace laps, get a little sticky, and if they stay out on them too long, these restarts, as we see the number 1, Brent Allen's coming down pit road. He's going to go ahead and get some fresh rubber on. Kevin Bernheimer's staying out. Dave Gilbert's staying out. Looks like Stephen Fish is going to stay out. All the SKs are going to stay out. Tyler the Turtle Rush is staying out. It looks like the only super late model on pit road is going to be the number 1 of Brent Allen. Not seeing anyone else. We've got a couple of SKs down getting repairs. As we see, it looks like a couple of them got waved around for... Looks like Vincent's a couple of laps down at this point. Let's see if we can... Looks like Vincent and David Ankenbauer are 1 lap down each. They're going to get some laps back. Oh, I'm sorry. I misread that. James Coleman'sberger is 4 laps down. David Ankenbauer is 6. Vincent, due to the accidents earlier, is 27 laps down. They're going to try and work their way back up. I bet you James will get back to that lead lap. I would almost bet if they keep having cautions and he doesn't get caught up, David Ankenbauer might be able to pull it off as well. Black Rifle car is still on pit road. Looks like he's having to get manual repairs. Had to use that fast repair earlier. So we see the number 1 of Brent Allen. He is being scored in 6th place currently. Started in 1st. And he's got 2 cars, but 2 SK mods before the next super late model. And then 3 between them and the next super late model. So this is going to get a little bit hairy as some of these guys have fresher tires. These guys that stayed out for track position might have had the right ideas. We'll see Tyler the Turtle Rush have to get past 2 cars. He's sitting in 4th place right now. And we've got John Nichols up there with Nate Johnson. Quite a duo when you're on track with them. They are tough to beat. Coming down the back stretch, getting ready for the restart. This will get a little crazy, folks. And it will get a lot exciting. Restart is on Kevin. When he's ready, he'll go. Dave to the outside. Kevin gets a good jump over Dave. Dave in 2nd place as we see John Nichols there takes the lead and ducks low in the SK mods. Dave is making the pass for first. No, we can't get under him. Nope, he's under him going into 3 and 4. Will he get the lead coming out of the turn? Come on, Dave. Let's see our fearless leader get up into 1st place. Looks like he might hold it. He's coming up a little too early, but it looks like when he comes out of 3 and 4, he will be scored in 1st place. Good job, Dave. As we see Kevin Bernheimer settle in behind him. I imagine he won't be settled for long, though. And it looks like Tyler the Turtle Rush has moved up through the SKs up into third already. Remember, some of these super late models around him as the 2032 Steve Fish got a little off kilter there and allowed Brent Allen to get to the inside. Brent closing up on the Turtle now. Let's go back and find John Nichols leading the SK mods right now. He's got quite a gap as we see that 75 of Austin Householder starting to work past some of these SKs on the outside. These SKs will hold that low line. They'll get outpowered on the straightaway, but they'll come back on the turns. Looks like he might be banged up, but Austin is not out of this thing yet. As John seems to be putting a little bit of a hurting on him. He's broken out to a half a second lead already. They might be closing up on him after fighting with these super late models, though. This is going to wear out Austin's tires a little bit quicker, but he's got more super late models or SK mods coming up to his inside, so this is going to be a battle, folks. Looks like we got some beating and banging with those SK mods back there. Lucas Gortman sitting in third place in the SKs. But he is closing up on Nate Johnson right on his tail. They're going to be battling as Austin just cannot get past these SK mods, and this is what we do at Split Decisions. We're racing multiple classes side by side on these short tracks. And just to note, if you are looking for a Split Decisions Racing on Facebook, we do have openings for this division. And this division feeds into our Friday night division where we have trucks, Xfinity, and Cup together on track. And that is one heck of a show. Catch it on PTM Racing TV this Friday night. We will have all three cars on. Oh, looks like the 32 of Stephen Fish was ducking down to pit road as we see Nate Johnson trying to block Lucas from getting past him. And that's allowing these cars behind, these other SKs behind him, to catch up. But they are all still trying to chase down John Nichols. And let's go take a look up front. Looks like Tyler the Turtle Rush has settled into fourth, about 2 seconds back from the leader, Dave Gilbert. There's Kevin Bernheimer, our early leader, sitting in third place. He's about almost a second behind as Brent Allen is closing the gap on Dave Gilbert now. Just taking a quick look at their stats, he's about 2/10 back. He's gaining a few hundredths of a second every straightaway. Looks like he's getting off. Oh, Dave gets a little bit loose coming out of 3 and 4. Oh, and he gets the bump. The bump and run. Let's see if Dave got through there okay. No real damage to speak of. Everybody gets around him clean. Looks like he managed to keep the back end off the wall. Good save, Dave. Looked like Brent just had a run. Did not look intentional. Brent just had one heck of a run, and Dave had to check up after getting loose out of the turn. He was fighting that race car. He had, let's see, 16 laps on his tires, I do believe. As we see the 28 of Kevin Bernheimer and Tyler the Turtle Rush in that 27 car ducking down pit road. Brent Allen is going to stay out, as is John Nichols. These SKs, the practice race here at Bristol, the SKs did not actually have to change tires. A couple of them went the whole race, a full 100 laps on the same set of tires. So we'll see if some of them will stick it out. They do have enough fuel to go the distance. We're going to be at about 39 laps to go on the restart as Brent decides, I better get down here and get some fresh tires or I'm going to get runned over. As we see the number 32, Stephen Fish is getting his lap back. And the SKs are going to lead. The SKs are going to lead when this race restarts. This is going to be new and exciting because they will be racing side by side. You saw these guys battling it out back there. Even though they are more or less open wheel cars, they're not afraid to give a little chrome horn when they need to. Although racing with guys like Lucas and John, they don't often use that chrome horn. Let's go back and take a look at the number 35. That is Andrew Turner. This is his second week with us. He's new to the group. Hopefully we get to see a lot more of him. We've got Colin Johnson in the 49. The blue and white 49 there. In that SK. He's new with us this week. We have Nate Johnson race with him quite a bit. Good, clean, fast driver. Tough to beat. Brendan Whitford back there as well. In the number 131. And Thomas Myers. Thomas is one of our admins for Split Decisions Racing. He's been a huge help in some of these races since he came on board. Definitely was a huge help in our recruitment races, so thank you, Thomas. And looks like Kevin Bernheimer came out of the pits. He's going to lead for the super late models, followed by Tyler Rush, Dave Gilbert, Austin Householder. Austin looks like he finally got all sorted out, fixed up, and good to go. Brent Allen and Stephen Fish is in 6th. So we work our way back up to the front. We should be coming to 1 to go, I do believe. Let's see if those lights go out on the... Yep, lights are out on the pace car. They're going to stack up side by side, and this is where it'll get exciting, folks. All those SK mods are up front. Looks like we've got 6 SKs in front of the super late models. The super late models are running a faster lap. They are running about 7/10 of a lap faster. Kevin Bernheimer's fastest lap was 7/10 of a lap faster than John Nichols. It looks like currently Lucas Gorman has the fastest... no. Andrew Turner currently has the fastest lap for the SK mods, so we'll see how they hold off. They're within a half a second as John takes the green flag and goes down into turn 1. Lucas Gorman's going to settle himself on the bottom in second place as they stack 2 wide. And looks like Kevin Bernheimer's already trying to make some moves back there. Working his way past several of these SK mods already, trying to get back up to the front of the pack and the front of the track and get out and all by his lonesome. He wants some fresh track up there, folks, and he's going to run that outside line all around these 3 SK mods. They will get the run through the corner, but he is just powering them down the straightaway. John's not going to give it up easy, though. There we go. As Kevin Bernheimer slots back to the front of the pack, and we watch these SK mods sort themselves out behind him. And Tyler the Turtle Rush clears the SKs as Dave Gilbert in 3rd place is trying to make a move to the outside as well. Looks like Dave's going to clear the line of John Nichols, Lucas Gorman, and Andrew Turner. And we've got Austin Householder starting to make his way back up. He had some heavy damage earlier. Looks like he saved that fast. Oh, he gets a little loose coming off the corner as we watch these SKs just stick. Oh, looks like they're... Oh! John Nichols gets loose and runs down. He got into Lucas. He hit the apron and got loose, came up, tried to save it, and took Lucas out with him. Let's go see if Lucas got any significant damage. Looks like he is pretty banged up. They're both smoking. They're going to have to go get their fast repairs as we come to 30 laps to go. We definitely knew there was going to be some excitement, folks. Once those SKs got up front, we knew it was going to get exciting. Looked like John was just trying to protect that inside line and got a little too low, caught that apron. That apron's quite a bit flatter than the banking right there coming off the turn. And as I mentioned earlier, there is a little bit of a dip as you come up off the turn onto the straightaways, especially down there on the inside. So we're watching Lucas Gortman limp the car around to get down pit road. Looks like he was holding off going down pit. Oh, and he takes the cone out. Good job, Lucas. We do not need those cones in the way. Looks like he is going to make it down pit road. We did have an interesting situation Friday night as we see Brent Allen back on pit road with 30 to go. We'll probably see a lot of these super late models get fresh tires, even though some of them just got them about 13 laps ago, excuse me. We'll see if Kevin Bernheimer goes down. We did have an interesting situation Friday night at Talladega. Tyler the Turtle Rush ran out of gas going down pit road and got stuck in a position where he was ghosted, could not be pushed by a teammate, and couldn't get the car to move. However, we found a workaround for it, and there is a video on the Facebook page and on the YouTube channel of how to suck at iRacing on how to, if you run into that odd situation, you can't get a tow, you can't get the car to go into the pit, you can't get any help at all, and you're just stuck. There is actually a solution. It takes a little bit of finagling in the options, but you can hop out of the car, get it changed up, hop back in, and get your car onto pit road. Get yourself some fuel and 4 fresh Goodyears. Looks like Kevin Bernheimer, Tyler Rush, Dave Gilbert, and Austin Householder are going to stay out. They have tires that are only about, let's see, some of them are right at 10 laps old, so they're going to try and stick it out with 28 laps to go. They're going to try and go the distance on what they got or hope for another caution later on, but now they've got the track position, don't have to fight their way past the SKs, and the SKs are battling in their own race. And we've got a change at the front of the SK group as well, as we see Andrew Turner leading for the first time tonight, followed by Nate Johnson. Nate's one heck of a competitor, and I guarantee you Andrew is going to have his hands full trying to keep him behind him. Colin Johnson, just saw him race for the first time last week. Good, clean driver, and he is fast. So both of them will have their hands full with him, as well as Brendan Whitford. Looks like John Nichols and Lucas Gortman are both repaired, back out on track. Neither of them are smoking anymore, as it looks like Thomas Myers is on pit road trying to get some damage fixed as we come down the backstretch with 1 lap to green. When we come down, I do believe we will be at lap 75. We'll have just 25 laps to go. They're going to try and sort this thing out as quick as possible. Remember, the restart is going to be on Kevin. He'll get to decide when they go, and Tyler is going to have to fight his way back to the front from the outside. Some of these guys really... There we go. Kevin gets a good jump on Tyler as he's giving Dave a little room in case Dave needs it. Dave gets slotted into third, and Tyler's going to start making a move to the front. Tyler's getting a little loose there. Gets underneath the 28 of Kevin, holds it down. Slides a little coming off the corner, but he's holding his position well. He's going to stay down there on the inside. Kevin's fighting back on the outside. Kevin gets the lead off the corner. Looks like Kevin is going to hold on to first as Dave Gilbert's looking to the outside. Dave and Tyler get together on the front stretch. Looks like they avoided collecting anybody else. I do believe Tyler had to use his fast repair earlier, but he is not too bad off despite getting yeeted across the track. I was told today I'm too old to be saying yeet, so therefore I will say it more often. Looks like the 32 there is Stephen Fish. He's back on the lead lap. And he's going to continue fighting his way to the front. He's going to try and get by these SKs. It looks like as we come around, Tyler Rush is going to be on pit road. Let's see if we can find Dave. Did he hold on to his position? The scoring showing, yeah, he is still in second place. Looked like just a racing incident. Tyler got a little loose, and Dave couldn't check up in time. So Dave is one of the cleanest drivers out there. He'll wreck himself before he'll wreck you. So we definitely don't hold anything against him. looking in the chat, looks like Thomas Myers is having to go to the hauler. He might be done for the evening. Sorry to hear that, Thomas. You had a heck of a run there for a bit. It was good to have you out tonight. As we watch them line back up, Kevin Bernheimer will be in first, Dave Gilbert in second, Austin Householder in third, Brent Allen in fourth. Then they have the first 5 SK mods of Andrew Turner, Colin Johnston, Nate Johnson, Brendan Whitford, and Lucas Gortman. It is worth noting that Colin Johnson, I do believe, had the win last week. Thomas might be able to correct me on that in the chat, but I do believe that is it. And I believe Stephen Fish had the win last week as well. So definitely don't count these guys out. They're going to come down and take the 1 to go with 20 laps to go. Yes, and did the lights go out on the pace car? Let's take a quick look. Yep, the lights are out on the pace car. They are going to... No, they're not. Sorry, my mistake. Wrong angle. So it looks like they're going to get 1 to go at... 1 before they go green at 19 to go. This will get a little bit exciting. As we see Thomas parked there on pit road, Tyler the Turtle Rush. He is stuck way back there in the 13th overall position. He's got a long way to go to get back up to the front. I imagine he'll work with James and John to get back up at least to Stephen Fish quickly, and then they got to work their way past all those SKs. So they're going to have their hands full getting back up to the front to race with the other super late models. Especially since those SKs stick to the bottom. A lot of these guys, they prefer that outside line in those super late models, but quite a few of them like to go from the outside wall down to the apex, come back out, one of the fastest lines around the track. And when you got an SK mod stuck to the ground there down on the inside, you're not getting past it. And they are more planted, even trying to give them a bump and run probably is not going to work in your favor. As we see the 28 coming down, he's going to, when the pace car dives off, he'll be in control of the restart. He is gone. Dave Gilbert gets an okay start behind him as we see Brent Allen on the outside of Austin Householder. Looks like Brent is going to move up into the 3rd place spot as Dave is already looking to go to the inside for 1st place. Checks up a little bit, doesn't want to have the repeat of the last incident. As we go down into 3 and 4, he's holding the inside line, and Brent Allen's going to look to the outside, try and make a move. 17 laps to go. And these super late models are getting awfully dicey up here as Dave gets a little loose as the number 1 gets underneath of him. The number 1 gets under him, bumps him in the net. Oh, and Turtle's stuck in the middle of the road. There's a turtle in the middle of the road, folks. Let's see if they got that all sorted out. Looks like we have another super late model. We'll go through these SKs. Looks like Turtle is running again. As we see the 35 of Andrew Turner is still leading the SK mods, followed by Nate Johnson. And there's Lucas Gortman, already worked his way back up into the 3rd place in his division. Looking for a way to get around Nate. Nate's going to fight him hard. Oh, Nate gets loose. Did Lucas get into him at all? Did not look like it, but it might have been a netcode incident. We stay green with 13 laps to go as Lucas Gortman moves up into 2nd in the SK mods. Colin Johnson's in 3rd. James Colmansberger is 4th, and John Nichols is in 5th. We'll work our way back up here and see if we can find Tyler the Turtle Rush. Still running in 5th in the super late models. As we see Austin Householders holding on to 4th. Dave Gilbert's got 3rd. And Brent Allen is right back up on Kevin Bernheimer. They were battling early in the race. Kevin looks like he gets a little bit loose coming through the corner. Allen does as well. Kevin's running that high line, trying to keep some momentum going while the 1 car is down underneath of him. And Brent's going to give it his all, trying to get under him. 10 laps to go. They are going to get dicey up here. Oh, looked like Kevin ran into the wall. He smacked the wall. Oh! They both get a little loose, and Brent loses it. Yellow's out. 9 laps to go. Looked like Kevin got a little loose, Brent got a little loose, and they got into each other, and that was just not the ending they wanted to see, especially Brent Allen. Tyler the Turtle Rush had some problems there earlier after they went green and got stuck in the middle of the road. I think we've all seen a turtle stuck in the middle of the road once or twice. And it looks like Andrew managed to hold off Lucas Gortman for the time being. There's Lucas in the blue and I believe that's a neon green roll cage. Followed by Colin Johnson in third, Jim Coleman'sberger, and John Nichols is back up to fifth in the SK Mods. Brent Allen's on pit road currently. Hopefully Brent will get back out. Let's see if we can go. Hopefully we can find Brent real quick and see if. Looks like Dave is on pit road getting fresh tires. Brent giving 4 tires and looks like he's going to get right back out. And Dave is already on and off pit road as well. And he's going to come out slotted behind Tyler. Tyler's been out on those tires for quite some time. So we'll see if that has any impact on him. So we work our way back up to the pace car, and let's take a look. We've got Kevin still leading. Got Austin Householder in second. Good for Austin, and in addition to that, as we see the cars that are 1 lap down in their division getting waved around, looks like Kevin and Austin are going to have 5 SK Mods blocking between them and Tyler, Dave, and Brent, as Brent did get back off pit road. Yep, there is Brent, as Tyler's now ducking down pit road for fresh tires. They're going to be less than 5 to go. I don't blame him there. Although, are they handing Kevin Bernheimer the win? As we go back up here and take a look. Austin Householder still staying out to get to keep running the tires he has. These guys are they're going to be racing really hard when we're coming down. Looks like we are going to be going green with 3 laps to go, if I've done my math correctly here, folks. So you're going to see these two up front racing. These SK Mods are going to be battling side by side. And you're going to have the super late models being a little bit impatient trying to get past those SK Mods. And this is where things get really, really as they're going to have a little fun with the pace car there, folks. Don't guess we're going to get lucky enough to see one of them drive into the pace car, but that is always fun to watch. Especially when you convince your kid to drive into the pace car, which I did the other day. Pretty proud of that one, actually. She was quite surprised. And the pace car is going to duck off. Kevin is going to get to restart when he's ready. He's holding back. He's going. He did manage to get a little bit of a jump on Austin as they go down into turn 1. But Austin's going to come down to the inside, and he's not going to have anything for Kevin. Kevin is running off. As we work our way back up through the field. Oh, the 7 to Dave Gilbert sideways. 2 to go. They are on the inside. The caution may not come out. They are off the racing surface. John Nichols, looks like Andrew Turner is currently leading as the number 1 of Brent Allen is sideways. 1 to go. Brent is doing anything he can to catch back up to Kevin Bernheimer, but I don't think it's going to be enough. As they come down the front straightaway, they are done. Kevin Bernheimer, Austin Householder, Brent Allen, they are your top 3 in the super late models. Andrew Tucker, John Nichols, Lucas Gortman fighting back after that accident, and James Coleman'sberger will be the top 4 cars in the SKs. Dave Gilbert and Tyler the Turtle Rush will round out the top 5 for the super late models. And it looks like we're going to have Colin Johnson, Brendan Whitford, Nate Johnson in 5th, 6th, and 7th for the SKs. Thomas Myers, Dave Ankenbauer, and Vincent Tabe could not complete the race tonight. So they finished 8th, 9th, and 10th. And of course, Stephen Finch finished 6th in the super late models. And if you guys want to hang around momentarily, we are going to find us some burnouts. And after these boys complete their burnouts, we'll hop over into Discord briefly and see if we can have a quick talk with the winners. And this is always fun watching these SKs because they have a hard time doing burnouts, but I guarantee you some of them donuts you're seeing there, folks, are from the SK. Yep. They just have a lot of grip, makes it hard to do a standing burnout, but that super late model, I guarantee you it's going to do one. And it looks like he is finished already. All right, folks, I'm going to just mute for a second. We will switch over to Discord and talk to the winners. Hey, John, you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. How's it going?
Looks like it's going really good for you. How was your race tonight?
Good. I took second place after I thought I was kind of doomed to the back there. It was really fun racing these SKs. It's interesting. The SLMs drive on the high side and the SKs drive on the low side, so it made some really good racing.
It was definitely interesting to watch the race, and looks like we have. Who else do we have in the chat here? That was just a dominating performance, Kevin.
Thank you. I do like Bristol.
It looked like on that last restart they had nothing for you at all. You just took off and left the field.
Yeah, on that last one, the one before that, ended up getting side by side, and I bumped the wall and bumped out. I can't remember. I think it's Austin, and we ended up getting together and him spinning. I about spun with him, and that was the first X I had. And I felt bad about that because he was fast, but yeah, after that it was over.
Well, you guys both did some exceptional racing tonight. John, how was it fighting to get back up after your earlier incidents with the super late models trying to race around you?
Oh, it's a lot of fun. It's fun to kind of try and work it through the field, although there's not a whole lot of working these cars through the field with how little horsepower they have, but it was fun.
And it looked like you had Lucas trying to chase you down right there at the end after he had the earlier problems.
Yeah, he had, I think Dave kind of got looped, and then he lifted out of the throttle, and then I made the jump from fourth place around the two cars that were involved up to second.
Well, guys, both
there with the white flag.
Yeah, you guys did really great tonight. You definitely put on a heck of a show. We had quite an audience tonight, so thanks for putting on a great show tonight. Kevin, you have anything else you want to say?
No, thanks everybody watching and you for putting on the broadcast and back-to-back wins. So hopefully I got it rolling.
All right, John, you got any final words there yourself, sir?
I think I'm all good. Yeah, I guess shameless plug for Turtle Shells Design. If you need a wrap and you drive for this series, we do offer discounts for affiliated leagues.
Yeah, we
are open for commission, so
we might have gotten a few shameless plugs in tonight ourselves.
Nice.
All right, guys. Thanks for dropping in after the race. I know it was a great job by everybody, and you guys have a great night.
You too as well. Thank you so much for hosting the stream.